morning students. Chapter 2 Kingdom Animalia. Today we are going to discuss the topic coelom. So coelom is also one of the fundamental features in classifying animals. So the presence of body cavity or coelom is important in classifying the animals. So coelom is commonly called as body cavity. Most of the animals possess a body cavity between the body wall and the alimentary canal and is lined with the mesoderm. So most animals possess the coelom or body cavity in between the body wall and the alimentary canal, and this body cavity is lined with the mesoderm. Animals are classified into three types based on the presence or absence of coelom. Animals which do not possess coelom are called as acoelomates. Animals which possess a false coelom are called as pseudocoelomates, and animals which possess a true coelom are called as eucoelomates. First we'll see about the acoelomates. What do you mean by acoelomates? Acoelomates means absence of coelom. So animals which do not possess a body cavity are called as acoelomates. So in these animals there is no body cavity or coelom. Since there is no body cavity in these animals, their body is solid without a perivisceral cavity. This restricts the free movements of internal organs, example flatworms. So in these animals there is no body cavity or coelom. So we have learnt about the three germ layers: ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm. In these type of acoelomates, in between the ectoderm and the endoderm there is no mesodermal layer, and in between the ectoderm and the endoderm cells are present. So there is no cavity or space between the ectoderm and the endoderm. It is filled with the cells. So there is no perivisceral cavity. So if there is no perivisceral cavity means there is no free movement of internal organs in these type of organisms. Examples from phylum Porifera to phylum Platyhelminthes. So you can able to see these type of acoelomates in the lower animals. So this is about the acoelomates. So acoelomates means absence of coelom or body cavity. Next we'll see about the pseudocoelomates. So in these animals the body cavity is not fully lined by the mesodermal epithelium, but the mesoderm is formed as scattered pouches between the ectoderm and the endoderm. So what do you mean by pseudocoelomates means? So in these animals or in some animals you can able to find the body cavity, that is in between the ectoderm and the endoderm body cavity is present, but this body cavity is not lined with the mesodermal cells. Hence it is not lined with the mesodermal cells. They are called as pseudocoelomates, that is false coelom. Such a body cavity is called as pseudocoel and it is filled with the pseudocoelomic fluid. So this pseudocoelom, these type of animals, the body cavity is filled with pseudocoelomic fluid. Animals that possess a pseudocoel are called as pseudocoelomates. Example roundworms. So these type of pseudocoelomates are roundworms. The pseudocoelomic fluid in this pseudocoelom acts as a hydrostatic skeleton and allows free movement of the internal organs and for circulation of nutrients. So what do you mean by pseudocoelomates? Means in between the ectoderm and the endoderm there is a coelom, but it is not filled with mesodermal cells. This pseudocoelom is filled with a fluid called as pseudocoelomic fluid. So this type of animals are roundworms. So in roundworms, the pseudocoelom acts as a hydrostatic skeleton which allows the free movement of internal organs and also for the circulation of nutrients. Next we will see about the eucoelom. Eucoelom means true coelom. In these animals we can able to find the true coelom. So in between the ectoderm and the endoderm, the body cavity or coelom is present and it is lined with the mesodermal cells. So it is called as eucoelom or true coelom. So eucoelom or true coelom is a fluid filled cavity that develops within the mesoderm and it is lined by the mesodermal epithelium called as peritoneum. Such animals with a true body cavity are called as coelomates or eucoelomates. So in these type of animals, that is eucoelom or true coelom is a, so there is a cavity in between the ectoderm and the endoderm and this cavity is filled with the fluid and it develops within the mesoderm and it is also lined with the mesodermal epithelium. So this lining of mesodermal epithelium is called as peritoneum. The outer layer is called as, the outer lining of mesoderm is called as parietal peritoneum and the inner layer of the mesodermal lining is called as visceral peritoneum. Such animals with a true body cavity are called as coelomates or eucoelomates. So eucoelomates only the true coelom or the body cavity is present and it is lined with the mesodermal cells and it is also filled with the fluid called as coelomic fluid. So in this picture you can able to see the acoelomates. In acoelomates you can able to find the ectoderm and the endoderm and the digestive cavity forms from the endoderm. So in between the ectoderm and the endoderm there is no space or cavity, in spite it is filled with the cells. So it is called as acoelomates. And in the pseudocoelomates you can able to see the cavity between the ectoderm and the endoderm, but it is not lined with the mesoderm, so it is called as pseudocoelomates. And in case of coelomates you can able to see the mesodermal lining between the ectoderm and the endoderm and the coelom is filled with the coelomic fluid. So examples of eucoelomates are mollusks, annelids, arthropods, echinoderms and chordates. Examples of pseudocoelomates are roundworms and example of acoelomates are flatworm. So based on the mode of formation, how the coelom is formed. So based on the mode of formation of coelom, the eucoelomates, that is the true coelomates, are classified into two types. One is called as schizocoelomates and the another one is called as enterocoelomates. So based on the mode of formation of coelom, the eucoelomates, that is the true coelomates, are classified into two types. One is called as schizocoelomates and another one is called as enterocoelomate. So first we will see about the schizocoelomates. So in these animals the body cavity is formed by the splitting of mesoderm. How this body cavity or how this coelomic cavity is formed means by the splitting of the mesoderm. So the mesoderm splits and it forms the coelom. Example, annelids and arthropods. and mollusk. Next is the enterocoelomate animals. Here the body cavity is formed from the mesodermal pouches of Orchenteron. So in case of enterocoelomates, how the body cavity is formed means they are formed from the mesodermal pouches of this Orchenteron. The mesodermal pouches extends and it forms as a coelom. Example, echinoderms, hemichordates and chordates. So this is the classification of the eucoelomates. So eucoelomates is classified into two types. One is called as schizocoelomates and another one is called as enterocoelomates. Next, we'll see the another one fundamental features, segmentation and notochord. So based on the segmentation also the animals are classified, and based on the presence or absence of notochord also the animals are classified. First we'll see about the segmentation. So what do you mean by segmentation means? In common it is called as division. In some animals the body is externally and internally divided into a series of repeated units called as segments with the serial repetition of some organs. So this characteristics is called as metamerism. So in some animals you can able to find the body is divided into many segments. So these segments contains repetition of some organs. So this characteristics is called as metamerism. The simplest form of segmentation is found in annelids, in which each unit of the body is very similar to the next one. So the simplest form of segmentation you can able to see in the phylum Annelida. So in which each unit of the body is very similar. So the each segments of the body is very similar to the next one, and each segments contains the or some organs. So but in arthropods, that is cockroach, the segments may look different and has different functions. So if you take in arthropods, that is example cockroach, the segments in the cockroaches may look different and the segments are also have different functions. Next we will see about the notochord. So presence or absence of notochord is also helps in classifying the animals. So animals are also classified based on the presence or absence of notochord. Animals which possess the notochord are called as chordates, and animals which do not possess the notochord are called as non-chordates or invertebrates. So what do you mean by notochord means? So it is a rod-like structure which develops during the embryonic development. So animals which possess notochord at any stage of their development are called as chordates. So most of the animals possess the notochord during the early embryonic development, but some animals possess the notochord in the adult stage. So animals which possess the notochord at any stages of development are called as chordates. So notochord is a rod-like structure. It is made up of cartilaginous bone. It mainly supports the body of the animal. So notochord is a mesodermally derived rod-like structure formed on the dorsal side during the embryonic development in some animals. So it is a mesodermal derivative. The notochord is a mesodermal derivative. It is a rod-like structure formed on the dorsal side during the embryonic development. So based on the presence or absence of notochord, the animals are classified as chordates. In chordates there are cephalochordates, urochordates from Pisces to Mammalia, and non-chordates, that is from phylum Porifera to Hemichordata. So if the animals possess notochord, they are called as chordates. Again the chordates are classified into cephalochordates, urochordates, and from Pisces to Mammalia. And the non-chordates or invertebrates do not possess this notochord. Example from phylum Porifera to Hemichordata. So segmentation example, earthworm. Here you can able to see the body of the earthworm has many segments. All these segments are similar and they have similar organs. Earthworms are called as hermaphrodites because in each segment they contain the male and the female sex organ. So the body is divided into many segments. So this characteristics is called as metamerism. So in this picture you can able to see the notochord. It is a mesodermal derivative. It is a rod-like structure which is present at the dorsal side of the animals during their embryonic development. So based on the presence or absence of notochord, the animals are classified into chordates and invertebrates. So till this we conclude our topic. In the next class we will see about the classification of kingdom Animalia. Thank you.